Lisa Dickey from Dickey's Cooking School, and I'm gonna show you how to make a super quick, hearty chili that you can make actually in the morning just before you go to school, and you can make it for lunch, or you can make it the night before. Here are our ingredients. I've got enough olive oil in the bottom of this pan. You could also use sunflower oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, okay? I've got 1 onion chopped. I've got 2 cloves of garlic minced, salt and pepper for flavoring. Then I've got some white Romano beans rinsed, about a cup there. I've got chickpeas, again, about a cup, also rinsed, and I've got some black beans. Here I have 2 cups of tomatoes, and for seasoning I'm gonna add cumin, smoked paprika, and then I have these. These are smoked chipotle peppers. They are a little spicy, but they're not crazy spicy. You can get these at most supermarkets. No Frills is an excellent source for these. Okay, so I'm gonna use about 1 of these chilies. I'm gonna mince it up. So right now my heat's on low, and it's been heating for a few minutes. I'm gonna toss in my onions, okay? I'm gonna let those saute for a few minutes, and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and the salt is gonna draw out the water from the onions, and that's gonna create a little bit of a barrier. I'm also gonna add a little bit of pepper. Once the onions get rolling, I'm gonna add the garlic, let that cook for a few minutes, and then my ground beef goes in. Now, if you wanted to make this chili with no ground beef, you don't need it. You've got plenty of protein between your Romano beans, your chickpeas, and your black beans. Similarly, if you wanted to avoid ground beef, but you wanted a little bit extra, you could use something called textured vegetable protein. You can get that at the bulk store. It's a soy product. It just is dry. You add a little bit of liquid, either the water from the tomatoes, or if you're doing it in another dish, if you just add water to it or stock, it will give it some moisture. You could also just take tofu and grate it and put it inside that. Okay, we're gonna circle back in a few minutes when it's completely ready and sauteed, so we can add our... Okay, so our onions are nicely sauteed. Here comes the garlic, and in just a couple of minutes, we're going to add the beef and the beans and the spices and the tomatoes. Okay, so here comes the beef. We're gonna let that cook up, and while the beef is cooking, we're going to add our seasoning. Okay, so let's add 1 teaspoon of cumin. Let's add another little pinch of salt. Let's add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. So this is smoky, but not hot, okay? And then for our smoked chipotle pepper, I'm gonna add about half a pepper. It's kind of wiggly, so you're just gonna kind of mince it a little bit, and that's gonna get scraped in. Again, it's a little spicy, but it's mostly smoky. Stir that around. Okay, now let's add our beans. So we're gonna add 1 cup of Romano beans, 1 cup of chickpeas, and then I'm not gonna add all of the black beans. I'm gonna add about 1 cup of black beans. And you can see that that's pretty dry, and that beef needs to cook. So we're going to now gonna add our tomatoes. If you don't like your tomatoes in chunks, you can puree it, or you can use a can of tomatoes that are already pureed, okay? That gets dumped right in. We're gonna turn that heat down a little bit, and then just let that cook. That needs another probably 20 minutes to cook. And if it's too thick for you, if you'd like it a little bit juicier, you could actually drizzle in a little bit of stock. You could do beef stock, or you could do chicken stock, or you could actually just do like a half a cup of water, okay? You could even use mushroom stock, actually, that would be really nice. Okay, so that is just gonna simmer for about 20 minutes and then your chili is done. Delicious 3-bean chili. It's a little spicy, it's got some beef. Again, you can easily make this vegetarian, great in your thermos, or if your school has a microwave, perfect fast lunch. You could even make it for dinner. If you want, you could top it with sour cream, grated cheese. You could add a little bit of jalapeno peppers if you like a little bit of an extra kick. Play around with the spice. Make it more spicy, less spicy. Play around with your beans. Fast lunch. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like it. Take it easy.